finds an AMW All-Star. Just ask the citizens of St. John's, Florida, why they nominated Sheriff David Shore to be our 6th weekly All-Star finalist.
He never thinks of himself. He only thinks of other people.
In St. John's, a lot of people look up to their sheriff because they know he's devoted his entire life to public service.
He was a patrol officer for a while and road sergeant, and then he rose up to the ranks to become the chief. And through all that, he always maintained the same person that he was. No matter what rank he had, it was always David.
When he found out he was in the running for our $10,000 grand prize, David Shore showed once again how he always thinks of others.
To me, it just made perfect sense that if I was able to win the grand prize, to donate it to this deputy who's been struggling physically and financially.
That deputy, Steve Bailey, recently suffered a stroke that's left him paralyzed.
This is the exact reason why I nominated him, because he didn't even think about himself. He just instantly thought about Deputy Billy.
Sheriff Shore won this week's vote by a landslide. You can find out more about him and all of our nominees at our website at amw.com. There's still time to nominate your All-Star. All first responders, like cops, firefighters, and emergency workers, are eligible. So log on and cast your vote. Help us recognize the heroes that make up America's true all-star team. Now, we want all of our nominees for the AMW All-Star to get every bit of attention and thanks that they deserve. Now, here are some folks who deserve a very different kind of attention. Now, 4 fugitives who've earned their 15 seconds of shame. U.S. Marshals say Bruno ARREOLA is part of a drug ring that brought more than 1,000 kilos of marijuana into the U.S. ARREOLA was arrested in Las Vegas in 2003, but when he was released on bail, he disappeared. Cops in New York are looking for Louis Lee, a former pastor who left his job after being arrested for stalking. Police say he's on the run with a 15-year-old girl. They were last spotted in Tennessee. Police in Philadelphia say HASSAN Simmons is a cold-blooded killer who can't take a punch. They say when he lost a street fight, Simmons pulled out a gun and killed one of his rivals. He may still be armed. Anthony Quick is accused of scamming elderly women in Florida, ripping them off for thousands of dollars. He may be hiding out in New Jersey, New York, or Pennsylvania. Let's see how quick we can take Quick down. Now that they've had their 15 seconds of shame, you know what to do. If you've seen any of these fugitives, call our hotline at 1-800-CRIME-TV. Experts say that 10% of us have found ourselves the targets of bullies at least once in our lives. It's a tough situation to deal with, but parents, there are ways to help make your kids bully-proof. That's the subject of tonight's Kids Safety Tips, sponsored by Walmart. First, know the signs when your child is being bullied.
Honey, did you finish your homework?
No.
Most children who are being picked on will become withdrawn or depressed. Their concentration will start to wander.
There's something wrong?
I don't want to go to school.
Why?
This girl named Shelly's being very mean to me.
Bullies usually target kids who are small or quiet.
There she is.
And who would never talk back.
You're ugly and no one likes you.
I want you to turn to page 236. Now, can someone tell me what you see?
Kelly.
Well, I see 2 horses and a man with a hat.
Okay, Michael.
I see 2 horses that have a white strip down their nose and head, and I see a woman sitting next to the man that has a yellow. I see a tree, some grass, and a man.
I'm glad you told me what was happening. I was bullied too.
It's extremely important that your children's teachers and counselors are aware of what's going on.
I'm surprised you're here.
But that doesn't mean they should be the only ones responsible. That job lies with you. Here are a few tips to help make your kids bully-proof. Encourage your child to voice their objections.
Why don't you just leave me alone and do something better with your time?
Practice role-playing until your child can firmly tell someone to stop picking on him. Encourage your child to stay with groups of friends. Bullies generally pass over kids who have one or two friends with them. Teach your children to look their bully in the eye,
Can I help you?
especially when confronted.
No.
Violence is never the right response to bullying, but getting your child into activities such as self-defense courses can build their confidence. And if your child is not being bullied, teach them to stand up for children who are.
Would you like to walk with me? Sure.
Remember, the behavior we instill in our kids now is often what defines them as the adults we can be proud of later. Now, I can't stress enough that when it comes to bullying, whether your kids are the ones being bullied or if they're the bulliers, how important it is to sit down and talk with them about it. And then log on together to amw.com/kids to find out how you can deal with these issues and have some fun doing it. Together, you and your kids can get on the same page about a very, very difficult topic. Now, stay with us. We'll be right back. Time to take another good look at some of tonight's cases. Convicted killer Richard McNair has escaped from a federal prison in Louisiana. Rhode Island State Police say the convicted rapist Ronald Fisher ran off before his trial was completed. Cops in Phoenix are looking for any information about a series of shootings that have left at least 3 people dead since the summer of 2005. U.S. Marshals say Bruno ARREOLA is part of a drug ring that brought more than 1,000 kilos of marijuana into the U.S. HASSAN Simmons is wanted in Philadelphia for shooting a man to death after losing a street fight. Anthony Quick is accused of scamming elderly women in Florida out of thousands of dollars. And cops in New York say that former pastor Louis Lee is on the run with a 15-year-old girl. I'm John Walsh. Thanks a lot for watching tonight. And remember, can make a difference.